that's not the right thing. What the hell happened there? That wasn't right.
What's up, Crypto King? Shout out to everybody that's joining us tonight. Let me
What's
tell
going on?
you what. The first
Are
thing
we
is
actually
what?
okay? So we're actually streaming to X. Okay,
That's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
do it.
Here's a question. I think we can connect to TikTok somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to reach out to our technical support, get our technology department to get that connected for us. What's up, Fozzie? And besides that, I have too many tabs up.
I think the title was spot on. The problem is this the bottom? It don't feel like it. Because we just had another dump right before we went live.
Yeah, I threw it up there.
You just popped me up. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen right now. So 1 minute is definitely, well, I mean, we got this on the 1 minute.
You know what I think that this probably has something to do with is one of the articles I was going to talk about is Coinbase now has 24/7 futures.
They didn't have 24/7 futures before?
Apparently not, because they're saying that now they have them. So I don't know. And perpetuals. But so, I mean, I can see a lot of people with pretty big bags, there's a lot of market manipulation X's on there. So I could see there being something connected.
Hopefully we can see something like this play out on the 1 minute and at least get us back above, back above 78,000.
Yeah,
right?
This is what I said. Jim Cramer said not to worry about it. Honestly, I think everybody should sell their bags at a loss right now. Sell everything. But I don't know. My uneducated eye is saying that that's a cup and handle.
It looks cup and handle-ish. The problem is that this is not, we're not in the right freaking trend. We're not in a bull trend. So it's like nothing seems to want to play out like it's supposed to. So
doesn't want to hit. Doesn't want to hit.
Right. Everything just wants to keep going down. So, I mean, we are back above the 21 on the 1 minute. We got rejected from the 50. We need the 21 to hold right here. And we just lost it on the 1 minute.
Oh, well, so good.
We need to stay above the 21, get back above the 50 and work our way to the 200 for any, even if this is a cup and handle and we get a move out of it, that doesn't even take us back to the 200. So momentum's coming down, money flow, VWAP, everything is coming down. But this would be the perfect, if we see this come down like this, give us a little trigger wave and then right back to the upside like that. That would be a beautiful play. Get us back in there a little bit. But even the DBSI is showing strength to the downside, not the upside. So not good, not good. Stock market, pre-market is red again. I posted this last night.
Oh, you muted yourself.
When we started to pump last night, I was telling everybody, don't let this pump, get you overconfident, because we were bearish pre-market. So it's like,
Yeah, Fozzie says next month. I was actually going to say, like, everybody that was trying to make money this cycle, don't worry about it, because you always have next cycle.
Always have next cycle, yes.
Yeah. What's up, hybrid family? Big shout out to everybody that's joining us today. Man, and I was telling you about this a little bit before we got all the way in, but shout out to michaelk.eth. Absolute legend. Amazing interview with him today. And I'm actually thinking that maybe I'll put it up tomorrow, like midday. So that people, while you're working and your boss is saying things that annoy you, you can have your headbutt in and then just to how excellent of a conversation this was. And Michael K.eth, I'm not going to pull it up. I was going to pull it up, but I have too many tabs. I'll get lost in the sauce. So he was a part of the Wallet Guard team. And Wallet Guard is basically to protect you from any kinds of malicious activities on the EVM side or any kind of blockchain interactions. So they were on the Killer Whales show. He actually was on there. I mentioned him the other night that the slogan that he said on there was he came out and he was like, you don't want to raw dog the blockchain, right? And that's why we have Wallet Guard, right? And so he's saying this, and then Scaramucci comes out and he's like, come on, man. Like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Like, that's what you're coming to us with? And then he hits him with all this facts, right? So it's the 4th episode of the 1st season of Killer Whales that he was on. And so he talked about that experience and stuff. But Wallet Guard got acquired by MetaMask and Consensus only a year and a half after it started. They went from 0 people that they were like 0 customers, and then they had 30,000 customers, and then now by being acquired by MetaMask, it's like 30 million, something crazy, a very large amount of people. So I mean, like, that growth curve is absolutely wild. And so he was talking a lot about safety on the blockchain and how what the future of Web3 is actually going to look like. And the truth is, the truth that we all know, but we can't see because we're in this space, is that the new users and mass adoption is going to happen when nobody has any idea that they're using blockchain at all. So that's when it's going to happen.
Correct.
When it's as simple as turning on and off your television, that's what people are going to do. When you can just use Google and ask your AI assistant to do XYZ, it doesn't matter that your information is bundled and that only you have access to it unless you give other people access for some type of exchange, right?
Right.
So it's interesting. It was a really great conversation, and I might have got him to go to Rare Evo this year. So he might be at Rare Evo.
Nice.
I had to get my little shill in there. I was like, well, when you go to Rare Evo, you can get 10% off of your ticket by using discount code Crypto Nightly. And he was like, man, I love the shill. I was like, well, look, if you're already going, there's no reason to pay more than you have to.
Might as well save money, right?
Yeah. And so he said he was going to try to make it. He said August was, close or far out enough. So everybody out there, make sure you're planning correctly. Make sure that you check out discount code Crypto Nightly. So now Desert's got that concerned look on his face. Like, I think that we're just maybe in the wrong industry.
No. I'm not concerned. I'm just watching. I'm just watching it out the corner of my eye. Just watching.
Oh, geez. And do you see Super B's response just now?
No, I did not.
He said if we become a partner, then we can join the list of that they're followed via their account.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
That's real nice of them. If we go any lower, I might be out of crypto. I might have to quit crypto altogether. So everybody buy right now so we don't go lower. So Desert Crypto don't have to retire from crypto.
Well, you actually don't have to worry because I'm looking right now at Raoul Paul's Twitter, and he says this too shall pass.
It shall pass. But when? 2028?
He says higher rates in Q4 2024. Huh? He says higher rates in Q4 2024.
Well, we're in 2025, so.
He says financial condition. Oh, wait. You're right. He's saying we're still dealing with those things and that this is just a regular collection or correction, and that financial conditions are easing fast and the M2 money supply is headed back to new all-time highs. They're going to print money like that.
I keep seeing that the M2 is going up, but and obviously there's a correlation, but what's the lag on that correlation?
That's a good question. I would be interested, dude. Shout out to Viva. I wish Viva were here to like tell us that, because I'm sure he would tell us with like mathematical precision and historical facts.
We made it back above the 50 MA and the 21.
All right.
And it looks like we might be getting a bullish cross on the 50 and the 21.
Well, without further ado,
we're still only at 77,300, but
without further ado, let's do all the middle stuff. Or should we skip the middle stuff? Besides saying shout out to Promo Facey, they're amazing. Check them out. And we're going to be reopening the mint at the end of this month. And we're excited.
Yes. And if you're lucky, I mean, I guess that's a matter of perspective. If you're lucky, the prices will still be the same. So it'll be nice and cheap.
Yes. Yes, if you're lucky. Or Bitcoin will finally go to zero, and all the haters, especially Peter Schiff, will finally be right once.
I will definitely be de-stressed if Bitcoin just goes to zero and it's over. It's just over.
You'll lose all your hair.
Yeah, all my hair will be gone. No more stress. Time to find a new hobby.
Basket weaving, underwater basket weaving champ of the year, Desert Crypto.
There we go.
Yeah. Start a new channel.
Well, I mean, if we want to get into it and see what the devastation has brought us, let's check it out.
Absolutely.
Oh, I never hit add to stage. My bad.
That'll do it.
All right. So let's check this out. Let's get the freshest data. Woo! We just dropped 3% since the last time I refreshed this data. That's freaking crazy. Coming in at $2.5 trillion, essentially 2.6. Excuse me. Down 7.6% with 169 billion in volume. Bitcoin dominance up to 58.8, ETH at 8.5, and wow, look at that. 15.9 Gwei to send to ETH transaction. I don't know if we've ever seen it that high this time of night. That's kind of crazy. All right, Bitcoin coming in at $77,027, down another 4.6. Ethereum at 18, down 11.4. XRP at 194, down 10.3. BNB at 515, down 7.6. Solana at $115, down 9.1. Crazy. We have Cardano at 66, down 9.3. Doge at 1468, down 13.8. Tron rounding out the top 10 at 22.7, down 2.3. And where is SWI? SWI has officially fallen out of the top 20, everybody, coming in at 202, down 13.7. 20-1. Wow. 20-1. ETH shorts outnumber. That's crazy. Well, let's look at the biggest gainers. I doubt there is any. Maybe movement. Yep. Movement up 4.9. Mantra up 3.2.
You know the news on movement, right?
That it doesn't work. I don't know.
The news is that there's going to be an ETF filing
for movement.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, it's the Ethereum layer 2s. They're about to have there's going to be a bunch of them hitting those ETFs. And
it's been out since December. It's been out 4 months, and they think they're going to get an ETF. That seems a little ridiculous to me. But I mean, no, screw it. Let's let TradFi manipulate us even more. The Bitcoin and Ethereum, those were inevitable, but let's get all the altcoins in ETFs so they can just raw dog us even more, right? Mantle down 67 or down 1%. And then we get into just a bunch of BS. Look at the biggest losers. FET at 43 cents. Can you believe it? I don't even want to look at the DCA portfolio. Holy crap. FET is at 43 cents, down 20%. Lido Dow down 18. Render down 16. Nexo down 15. Near down 15. Avalanche down 14. God, look at all these double digits. Look, that's page after page. Look at that. Look at how far I am scrolling. Finally, look, we're halfway down the list right here before we get to a single digit loser, and that is Hyperliquid. Man, but we have more. TradFi pre-market is coming in super red. We got the NASDAQ dropping another almost a 1.5% in the pre-market. S&P down 1%, Dow down 0.6. Oil's coming down. That's good, I guess. The 10-year is down, but look, we closed the day. NASDAQ down 4, S&P down 2.6, and Dow Jones down 2 points. Just imagine when we start adding these onto it. It's going to be crazy. Asia is red. The Australian index is red. The Nikkei in Japan is red. And I think it has something to do. So right over here, Japan revises fourth quarter GDP lower, complicating the Bank of Japan's interest rate outlook. So I'm kind of thinking this is where some of this is coming from, because it's Asia right now. Obviously, Asia woke up and chose violence instead of rich. Obviously. Asia Pacific market slide following sell-off in U.S. markets. Nikkei down 2%. Well, now it's down 2.5%. This was 1 hour ago. Liquidations. Let's get the almost a billy on the 24-hour for liquidations right now. That's crazy. Let's go to the 24-hour. What's getting liquidated? But Bitcoin bringing in the mother load, 242 longs to 69, 242 million in longs to 69 million in shorts liquidated. Ethereum 195 to 43, and then we get into some others. And Rare, whatever Rare is, more shorts are getting liquidated than longs on Rare. Let's check out the Fear and Greed. Fear and Greed, for some reason, is going up, which doesn't make sense because it was at 20 earlier. Now it's at 24. The market's dumping and the ticker is rising towards the neutral or greed, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Coming up this week, we do have some major things coming up. So the JOLTS job openings right here, this is coming up. And previous was 7.6, and their forecast is 7.65. So we really want this number to come in under the 765 because we want to show a softening of the job market, which is going to be a factor when it comes to rate cuts. So the tighter the market, they're not going to cut rate. It's better. You know what I mean? It's bullishness in the market. The softening of the market comes from a lower number. Then we have core CPI month over month, expected 0.3, CPI month over month, expected 0.3, and CPI year over year, expected 2.9. And these are actually coming in lower. Their expectations are coming in lower than previous. So we kind of want to see that. We want to see the inflation coming down, right? Because then he's going to be more apt to do some rate cuts. And then on Thursday, we got the core PPI month over month, the PPI, and then the unemployment claims. They're expecting higher unemployment claims, which is also good for when it comes to rate cuts on, what is it, the 18th and 19th, I think. is when, no, 19th and the 20th is the next FOMC meeting. So they're expecting 226. Last month was 221. I mean, it'd be nice if we seen like 250, that'd be real nice, right? And then our GDP comes out on, no, that's Great Britain. Where is it? So the prelim, I don't even know what that is. OUM, consumer sentiment. That, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to create a Forex account. And then next Monday, we got core retail sales coming out. So we do have a couple big things that we're waiting to see what's coming out. But this is what you guys want to see. You want to see what Bitcoin is doing. And it is struggling. That's exactly what it's doing. Let's get rid of all this. I mean, that's actually not looking good.
I feel like the more you look at the charts, you just kind of like, oh gosh.
The more I look at it, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
I mean, are we looking at a bear flag here? This is the 1 minute, mind you. What's that? Wow. Taking us down to 74. I mean, it's looking kind of like a bear flag right there. But I'm also kind of seeing, it looks like we're getting a rounding bottom, but then when we started, we tried and then we couldn't, and we can't seem to get out of this 77,000 area. But let's go out. Let's go out to the weekly. Let's see what's going on the weekly. So as you can see, last week, we lost the 21 dramatically. Giant candle, 14% down, 14.36% to the red candle. And then now we've already started posting a new red candle, and we're only 2 days into the week. We're literally 25 and a half hours in to the new candle, and we're already down 4% for the new week, right? We talked about this major support level at 79,597. We were fighting to get back above that earlier today. And then, like, as soon as Asia woke up, we just started dumping. So you can see we wicked off. It looks like we wicked all the way. No, wait a minute. That's get rid of that. So we are trying to, we need to stay above this 76,191, or obviously the next move. That's the move that on that. But if we lose this 76,191, just like I said last week, if we lose 79, we're going to 76. Well, if we lose this, we're looking at like 67. I mean, we might be able to raise that up a little bit. We got some support right there on the week, maybe about 71. A little bit of a high volume node right there, a little bit of a node. Not like we have down here at 67, though. So we do have a little bit of support right there. The problem is most of your support is down in about this area, about 68. As you can see, we got 1, 2, 3 candles and then a takeoff. We have a test, rejection, test, rejection. And then over here, same thing. We kind of tested it, got above it, then got rejected. So there is a lot of volume in this area right here between, say, 66.8 and 68,243. Coming out to the daily, or zooming into the daily, we have lost, boom. So we lost the 200 on Sunday, and that's just horrible. That's bear market territory, 100% bear market territory. We are showing a little bit of a bullish div still on the momentum waves. So, boom. And we got that like that. But I mean, we could still bleed all the way to 76 before we even think about getting a bounce. That's how crazy it is right now. Coming down to the 4 hour, same thing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles. And it's just not looking good, people. Not looking good at all. 4 hour money flow has started to cut back down. The VWAP's starting to go back up. So, I mean, we might see another green dot here on the momentum wave. And then hopefully this money flow reverses. But at this point in time, it's not looking at it. We got strong DBSI pushing us to the downside. It really wants to get to this 76, 191. So far, we are holding the 77 level. Let's go down and see what the 1 minute is doing. Well, we did just break out of this little flag that I had drawn here. We broke out of it, and then we're coming back down. You know, best case scenario, you could say we retest this. Maybe this, we're getting a double bottom here.
To make Prozac OTC. I love that third Patriot. Also, I just want to throw this up there real quick because this cracked me up. So shout out to Lua. Lua is a legend in the trenches and is hilarious. Did you try turning it on and off again? All right.
Right.
That's what I feel about the market. Like, Desert, just kick it. Just kick it.
So, I mean, if we're lucky, did you take it down? I just put it back up.
Oh, that's weird. It's not showing me. Let's see.
There we go.
There it goes. Now it shows.
There we go. All right. I mean, we might luck out, and this dip might be getting ate up. We could be forming, this double bottom right here. But the momentum on the 1 minute is also got the red dot and getting ready to come back to the down. Money flow is still going to the upside, though, but VWAP's coming down. Momentum, red dot coming down. I mean, if we're lucky, we'll see something like this. I mean, it looks a little better right here. You can see that's kind of that double bottom on the 5 minute. 5 minutes looking decent. We got to get it back above this 21, though. It looks like we're wicking off the 21 and getting rejected. Momentum to the upside, money flow back to the upside, VWAP to the upside. So 5 minutes looking all right. Slide that up a little bit. 5 minute is looking all right, but we are just not in a bull trend, guys. We're not there. So the only saving grace, well, here we go. We just crossed the 21. We're getting that another pump. Good DBSI numbers, 20, -5. Looks like everything wants to go back to the upside on the 5 minute. Let's see here. Let's look at this. So we haven't been in the green much, though. This is back on Sunday. We made it to the green, right back into the red. Monday, this morning, we made it back into the green, back into the red, back into. So we need this money flow. When it curves up, we need it to stay in the green and go back to the upside. But it looks like our VWAP is getting ready to roll over on the 5 minute also. Get rid of that. But there we go. We're back above 78. I like to see that.
So it all turned around live right here. We watched it. It was us. It was us all together. It was us buying together, the 25 of us. Yep, uneven butt cheeks. I was going to say, maybe we'll see the mythical 3-cheeked butt cheek, where it's like a triple bottom, and then it just goes to Valhalla from there.
Here we go. Is the Asia market turning? No, the Asia market's still bad. Let's get a refresh, see if Hong Kong's open yet. No, they're still, no. It's actually getting worse. It looks like 2.72. Deflation hits China. 41 billion plan to boost composition is just a start. So this just came out right now. So there's, maybe bring up that article there, John. Here.
Yep.
I'm going to drop it in private chat.
Yep.
Because that's good. So deflation, I mean, to a certain extent, China's $41 billion plan to boost consumption is just a start. So, I mean, that's bullish news. Definitely bullish. Now, can we hold 78? This is going to be the thing. You know, that's going to be the major test. Let's see what the 1 hour is looking like. No change on the 1 hour. 30-minute. So 30-minute, we got that VWAP to the upside. We got money flow flattening, which is good. We got the double green dot. We got a slight bullish div that seems to be playing out right now. Boom. So right now, all we can do is watch and wait. I do not recommend anybody trading right now. Not without, unless you got real tight stop losses. Let's look at, it looks like Cardano is getting a nice little pump. Cardano's actually up since the new candle started. So we're up almost 1% on Cardano since the new candle. Let's see what the daily. So Cardano on the daily, same as Bitcoin, but we didn't lose our 200 until today. We are trying to put in a new green candle. Let's see what Market Cipher is saying. VWAP slightly curved back to the upside. Money flow is flat, so at least we're not going down, which is a good thing. We want to see that kind of flatten and turn to the upside. RSI is pretty low. Let's see, is there some kind of no divergences or anything like that. But we definitely need to reclaim the 200 on the daily. 4 hours looking horrible. Money flow still going to the downside while the VWAP's coming up slightly. We really needed to reclaim this 74-cent level, and we haven't been able to do it. I don't believe that'll end the CME gap, sir, because the CME is separate. It's separate. So the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, those are separate, if I'm not mistaken. And then the CME is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and it's like a futures platform. So I mean, honestly, I don't know, but I don't think it will affect it. Did I go over that we closed the gap though? I'm sorry.
You mentioned it, but
I mentioned it, but all right. So this is the CME. You guys can see the big gap right there. As you can see, we beautifully closed that. That's why the title is CME gap closed. Is the bottom? Is this the bottom? Well, on the CME, we're bouncing off the 200, which is good. So we may have lost it on the perpetuals chart up here. We may have lost the 200 right here, but the CME, we are still maintaining the 200, which is good to a certain extent. But we close this gap right here. It's showing that we have a gap up here, but that looks like it got filled. So we came down, we went up, it got filled. This, I think the reason it's not showing the gap, because we have all this action before it, right? So there, even though this closed and this opened and it created a gap between these two wicks, there was already price action in that area right there, as opposed to this didn't get any price action until we got into this area. And then obviously we haven't been back down this low right here until today to close this gap right here. Sweet. On Friday night, we went over this and we said, as you can see, I got my alarm set right there, that if we lose 265, we are definitely going to 229. Well, we went to 229 and beyond. So if you caught that alarm and you put that in, it played out perfectly, and it even gave you a little bit extra.
Desert.
Huh?
What if I get the chance to buy sub $2 SUI again?
Well, you had your chance about 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago. So, oh, it bounced back already? Jeez.
Yeah, right here.
Damn.
We were at $1.96.
Now it's going up. Damn.
Now it's going back up.
It's okay. It'll get rejected.
It doesn't really matter though, until just like with where, wow, Cardano's getting a nice pump. Does that mean Bitcoin's pumping? Okay. Maybe it wasn't Asia. Maybe Asia's barely waking up right now. I don't know. Or maybe the initial was maybe China is waking up. Because what, Japan would wake up first, then it would be China, India, and then into Russia, the Middle East, and then Europe is how the progression is going to go. So Japan woke up, the Nikki's dumping. They're like, oh shit, sell everything. China wakes up and like, hey, they're going to inject 41 billion worth of money. Let's buy some stuff. Boom, now we're buying Bitcoin. So maybe Europe will wake up and be like, hey, we don't want World War III, even though our leaders do. Let's buy Bitcoin to hedge against it. There you go. There's your hopium for overnight. That is the narrative. It's not going to work out like that, but there's a good narrative for you. So, I mean, that's about it. Set your levels. I am kind of, what's this? Here we go. This is how it all starts right here. We are a little high on the momentum though. We got the momentum coming back down, VWAP coming down a little bit. That's right. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. But this is what we want to see right here. Say maybe we'll come back down to the 21, get a bounce. We need to get above this 200. Once we get above this 200, this is how this is all going to start right here. Get above that, and then we get that nice bullish cross with the 21 matching the 200 with the price action going up. That is like a beautifully set up long for you. So I don't know. I wouldn't be doing it right now just because, like I said, the momentum's coming down. 1 minute's quick though. So you got to remember, we see it roll down like this. That is only 11 minutes. You got to remember right here where my line is right now is only 9 minutes away. So, but if you can get good at trading this 1 minute, working these averages of 200 and everything like that, then you can trade any time frame. You just got to take it into perspective, length. So that's all I got. I know John has a lot to go over, so I am going to get off of this, but I like what I'm seeing. Look at that. We're above the 200.
Fozzie, I love that you said that, because I was just thinking, like, I'm going to say that to my son, like, out of context. And I know it's going to take him a while to get it. And when he gets it, it's going to be beautiful.
You heard that saying before?
No, I have, but I was just thinking, okay. I know he hasn't for sure.
No,
I know he hasn't. No way. That's like, I always say, or something that I used to always think was funny, is like when old guys, they'd be telling a story and they'd be like, back when I was a baby goat, you know, and then they'd start telling their story. Yeah, and then, you know, the little kids are like, when were you a baby goat? You know what I mean? Like, when were you? And
Well,
all
what
that.
about shit the bed? Have you ever heard
Shit,
that?
yeah, shit the bed.
Well,
Or
he
like,
shit the bed. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've even heard some older guys say when they were a little girl, you know.
When they were a little girl.
Like, and then, you know, all the kids are just confused and they're just like, yeah. But all right, so we got a bunch of articles here, got some things to highlight. This one I put up just because I want to. Yeah, the market definitely did shit the bed.
Yes. 100%.
Kick it, turn it off, and start it back on. So, developer Nimblebytes pushes gaming innovation with SuperBee. So SuperBee is basically a South Korean digital game developer, or South Korean digital game developer Nimblebytes pushes to launch SuperBee, a new game pushing the technical envelope of gaming. In the SuperBee brick world environment, players fight, build, and make friends through their toy-like avatars. Actually, let's check this out because they just partnered with Sui. So I'm actually really liked that.
I
And for
see
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
reasons.
crossover in that.
Yeah, let me see if
You
I can
got
find that.
some Super Mario vibes, some Minecraft vibes,
Yeah,
some
well, there's this game, I cannot remember what it was called, but it just I can't remember it, but it was so good. And it was kind of like a party style game where you play against people. There's only like one or two buttons you ever push, but it's all kinds of different kinds of weird games, and it's kind of like battle royale style. You know, it
okay.
might be like hopping or like something else, and it's got all these different things. So that kind of gave me the battle royale style games like that like kids really like and people can enjoy. But also, if it's presented in a way that this attracts a bunch of the young people using crypto, yeah, I was gonna say like Smash Cards or like what Super Mario Party, like some of
Yeah.
those games, I could see this catching on for sure. And I wanted to highlight that one, Super B, because I reached out to them. I'm trying to get them on, but then I realized the South Korean game developer. So, like, I mean, they could speak English, which makes sense. But
Well,
yeah,
they type in English.
they do type in English. I was just thinking, like, you know, I want to talk to the founder. That's what I like. I like to sit down with the founder and be like, tell me your vision, you know? So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited about it. I think that's cool. They just partnered with Sui and Walrus Protocol and a bunch of different projects on Sui. And dude, I'm really excited about what's going on over at Sui. And if they can make gaming the niche, I think there's a lot of opportunity over there. It's the thing with gaming. Gaming is going to be one of the biggest things to blow up Web3, but it just has to be done right. And it's hard to do it right. Right.
Right. Especially if you're doing it on chain, you know. I would
Yeah.
imagine games in general are very hard to build and get off the ground and build hype and everything like that. And then when you like pretty much handicap it by making it a Web3 game, then it gets even harder. So
100%. All right. So Rex shares Osprey seek movement ETF approval as Ethereum Layer 2 mainnet launches. This is what you were so excited about. The proposed fund will track the price of the native Move token of Movement, an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling network. It's not really anything else. Fund issuer Rex Shares and Osprey Funds have submitted an application for the exchange-traded fund tracking the price of Move, according to a filing on Monday with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The Osprey Move ETF would be the first focused on native token of the Movement Network and Ethereum Layer 2 scaling, breaking the pattern of ETFs limited to long-established cryptocurrency opens doors for institutional capital to support next-generation blockchain innovation. Movement Labs co-founder Rushi Manchi said in a press release. Can you believe that he said that? The co-founder of Movement Labs said that this is a breaking the pattern of ETFs. I think that you guys should put your money in his ETF. You know what I mean? Like, just throw your money at it, buy all the ETF that he's selling. I'm sure that he has no financial or intrinsic interest in making that happen.
Right. No, of course not.
Yeah. You know? Anyways, I thought that was funny. I wanted to bring that up. SEC rethinks whether to expand the exchange definition to include crypto. I think that this is an interesting concept or an interesting conversation that's happening here. But acting SEC chair Mark Uday said on Monday that the proposal tried to tamp down the crypto market. And I agree. I think that they're basically gatekeeping if they're forcing crypto to only be handled by exchanges that are already certified and supposed to be exchanges, right? The idea of crypto is everybody can trade within themselves.
Did you see also, keep going, I'll look it up. Yep. I think I tagged you in it from Watcher Guru.
Yes, I did see that. I'm sure that I looked at it. But the Security and Exchange Commission will assess how a regulatory proposal expanding the definition of an exchange can be modified to exclude entities that facilitate crypto transactions. Acting SEC Chair Mark Uday said on Monday, when the agency first moved in 2020 to establish clear rules for alternative trading systems, the guidance was intended to mainly impact U.S. Treasury market participants. Uday said an event in Washington, D.C., hosted by the Institute of International Bankers under the leadership of former SEC Chair Gary Gensler. However, Uday said that a vastly expanded definition of the exchange would have picked up various protocols used with respect to crypto assets, requiring them to register with the regulators. And this is what we were talking about before. This is how they were trying to kill DeFi, right? By having DeFi be a broker dealer. Now, all of a sudden, your decentralized finance protocol is supposed to have a person go into the SEC and register their decentralized protocol, right?
Okay.
For somebody
now that with this, before presenting a screen, remove other. Oh, I got to remove yours to show this. That's crazy.
Yeah.
SEC to stop requiring crypto companies to register as trading systems.
Yes, this was big. This was the big thing that came out of that for sure.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that there's a lot of arguing that's going on around the semantics. They're fighting about word choices, and the words do have large implications. Now that we're getting legal clarity, I think that we're going to see more of this mincing words in public, and it's kind of exciting. Also, I think that we have the best situation with the current administration to handle it in our favor. I mean, people weren't talking about crypto before in the mainstream, and now they are, right?
Quick update. We just hit 79,000.
Bullish.
And that trade setup I was talking about is playing out beautifully.
Well, strategy shares are down 30% since Sailor's Forbes cover. So everybody's been talking about this. It was like 50% before. It might have even hit 60% at a certain point. But the whole point is that they're talking about the Forbes curse. Apparently, people that get on Forbes magazine, you have to pay for getting on Forbes. But then once you do, a lot of times it's like the downfall of whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, it's the top signal. So a lot of times people, they've been connecting this with the Forbes curse for sure. Crypto needs policy change more than Bitcoin reserve. And a lot of people are saying this, and I agree strongly. I think that just having a Bitcoin reserve doesn't automatically create legal clarity. I think that there needs to be legal clarity. It needs to make sense that everybody understands what regulations and the taxation related to those activities are going to entail. And that's something that's still not being talked about enough and not being decided enough. Everybody should not be concerned about the rules because the rules aren't clear. Everybody should know what the rules are, and the rules should be clear, and you should be comfortable knowing that you're not unintentionally breaking the law. Personally, I believe that strongly. We got Texas Senate passes the Bitcoin reserve bill. New York targets meme coin rug pulls. So this is law decoded. They're going to be talking about these specific cases. We don't really need to do that. Basically, what we got going on here is Texas has passed the Bitcoin reserve bill. There's going to be a lot of nuances in there that are big. And New York is targeting people that are doing bad, that are bad actors in the space. And I agree. I think everybody in the United States, all of the law enforcement should be targeting bad actors in the crypto space, because the quicker that we clean the crypto space of bad actors, the quicker that we'll be legitimized and have actual innovation and actual tech being the thing that people are excited about, and not just fast money that is taken by deceit, right?
It's actually kind of surprising that it took New York this long to come out with something like that.
Yes.
Because New York is like the strictest jurisdiction there is when it comes to crypto.
I think Prince Valium needs some coffee. I generally do drink coffee at this time. I have not today. Yeah, most of the time.
Well, I just drank a Mountain Dew before we went live, so I'm all hopped up.
Be all on you like a spider monkey.
All on you
Shake
like
and
a
bake,
spider
Ricky.
monkey.
Shake and dip, shake and bake, Ricky Bobby. So El Salvador increases its Bitcoin reserves despite IMF restrictions. We love this. Nayib Bukele is a gangster. He did all the things that they wanted them to do so that he could get a loan from them. And then they had to like not talk about Bitcoin as much and like downplay what it was doing for their economy. And then so he did. And then he got a loan from them. And then he bought more Bitcoin with it. And, you know, screw him. He should.
Right.
And so they're probably going to be mad. But what are they going to do? They're going to cry. They're going to whine. And they might not give him another loan. But then he's probably going to be like, look, I'm sorry. We had a misunderstanding. There was a miscommunication. I'll do what you want. Just give me another $1 billion. And I'll buy Bitcoin with it. So
they, and that's the thing. They want to give out those loans. So,
yeah. And before all this, they paid off all their loans to the IMF. And then IMF was like, damn, what do we do now? So this is all interesting. And like I was saying, Coinbase unveils 24/7 Bitcoin and Ethereum futures trading in the US. Oh my God. Yeah, it's got me. But we're coming here to the end. But so this is interesting. Coinbase announces 24/7 perpetual style futures in the United States. I guess if you didn't have a VPN, this was not something you were already doing, but now it is something that everybody can do. So we love that.
Well, no, that is not true. There
Not
are
true.
requirements to be able to do futures. There's a big questionnaire. You got to either make like 250,000 a year, or you got to have like 50,000 in assets. You got to take a little trading quiz. Yeah.
Jeez. So there really is still a bunch of steps, but now you're allowed to do it in the US?
Yeah, Coinbase has had futures for a while, but they still fall under the accredited investor fucking law or clause or whatever it is. Not anybody can just go in and trade on it, trust me.
Gotcha. All this yawning. Yeah, sorry. Hey, but here's some exciting news, everybody. Me and my wife have our locale picked out for the beauty salon we will have here in town, which is exciting.
Nice.
So China's $41 billion plan to boost consumption is just a start as deflationary pressure deepens. Chinese Premier Li Qiang last week delivered an annual report on the government's work that named boosting consumption at the top task for the year ahead. The state planner calls for an increased spending power and encourage the development of products and scenarios that would encourage consumers to spend. But it's not a call to support all kinds of shopping. Economists have long called for a structural recalibration of the income distribution systems and policies seen necessary to simulating domestic consumption in a meaningful way. So Beijing, China's latest move to boost consumption isn't meant to jolt all kinds of spending. Policymakers last week double subsidies for the consumer trading in programs of 300 billion won this year, matching market expectations and again steering clear of cash handouts. The subsidies will go towards around 15% to 20% of the purchase price for select products, including mid-range smartphones and home appliances. Interesting. That's an expansion from last year's 150 billion yuan program, announced in the summer for a narrow range of products. So this is kind of very interesting. They basically are subsidizing a very niche part of their whole economy with funding, with things that people use around tech, and they're trying to become more consumers of their own products inside as well, which is interesting. Who got the best photo of your wife in the background? That was definitely Third Patriot. So
I
he was the only one.
I just gave him the tokens right now.
Excellent. But yeah, no, it was funny. I DM'd it to her and then she just rolled her eyes and scoffed. That was what I was going for. Don't forget to smash the like button. Definitely appreciate you, Hybrid family. Oh, and everybody, I am so excited about the MetaMask interview that, MetaMask, Wallet Guard, Consensus interview that I think I'm going to put it out. I think I said this at the beginning, but I'm going to put it out like midday tomorrow so that when your boss is droning on and on, you can listen to it in your headphones. And it'll be far apart from our live stream at night. So it's going to be a blast. But that's all we got.
Well, I want to show this. I want to show real quick.
Yes.
So what I was talking about earlier before we went into articles. So we got above the 200. We come back to it, and then the 21 crossed the 200. And that is like a textbook long right there. And look how it's playing out. Boom, 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 boom. We're up to 79,277. You can also repeat it right here. I just did this. I just entered this long roll.
It looks like the exact same chart.
It does. Well, when you go to ADA, everything is looking the same. Look, ADA, same thing. Boom, we come up, then we get that cross right here, and then you can see it starts to come back a little bit. Right here, let me spread that out a little bit. So we're pumping. Boom, we get one candle, two candle, we get the cross. And then it takes off. Boom. Right. So same thing with XRP. I went ahead and entered a long as soon as it crossed right here. I believe I'm up about 13% at 9X right now. And I entered at 199 right in here. So I actually entered right here on this retest, but expecting it to come back and go back up like that. SWE, same thing. SWE, this could be right there. Look, up, red candle. We get the cross. Boom, printing a green candle right there. Boom. It's like a textbook situation. When you see that setup, now the momentum's a little high. It's not a guarantee. It's not 100%, right? It's, you got to set a tight stop loss. You might lose 7 of the trades, but if you have a tight stop loss, those 7 aren't going to equal the amount you're going to gain on those 3 that you win. So just wanted to show that is the mindset behind trading this pattern. But also, if we look over here, look, Cardano's up 3.58% in the past 2 hours. So we've almost completely erased. So where is it? Right. Where did we close? Right here. So this is where we closed. Right here. It pumped initially on the new day, came down and popped up. If we go to the day. Oh yeah, stupid. CME gap finder always does that. There we go. All right, but we want Cardano. Boom. And not only that, Cardano trying to get back above the 200. If we can get back above that 200, that I won't say it's bullish like we're going to the moon, but it's a lot less freaking bearish by getting back above that 200. SWE got a little baby. Nope, it is still red. It still has a red candle. XRP is fluctuating. But this is the one we want. We want to see that beautiful green candle. Maybe we'll get lucky and this bullish div right here is finally going to start playing out. We've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red daily candles for Bitcoin. I mean, they could throw us a bone, right? So hopefully we can see this daily start to play out now that we're starting to get the bearish or the bullish div right there. So don't count your chickens before you're hatched, but it's a lot better than where we were at when the stream opened.
Yeah,
Hearing
basically
rumors that Berkshire Hathaway is looking to, I don't believe that.
maybe.
I mean, maybe. It depends on how much.
Well, they have a shit ton of cash right now. Remember, they have more cash than they've ever had before.
I understand that, but what's his face is a dinosaur, and Charlie Munger was also totally against it. Why can I not remember his freaking name?
Yeah.
Warren Buffett. Man.
Yeah.
So it really depends on how much Warren Buffett has his finger on the necks of the people that actually run Berkshire Hathaway.
Here's the thing too. Berkshire Hathaway bought a bank in Brazil that's like specific thing.
New bank. You went mute. You're muted. There you go. But they didn't buy it. You're still muted for some reason. Check your mic. Nope, now you're muted.
What about
unmuted? There we go.
Okay. No, but they purchased the whole bank because it was kind of like a way that they could get involved in it a little bit without being involved.
No, they just bought a bank. They just there's no, I mean, I think they've actually came out and stated debunking that they bought it because it had crypto ties. They just bought a bank. It had nothing. It just happened to be.
That was just a coincidence.
Yeah, I think the crypto aspect of it was just a coincidence. because neither one of them, they're all anti.
But think about how big the company is. They could be at the top doing whatever, but like the underlying their whole thing
That's
is
why I said it
you know,
depends on how much Warren has his finger on
Yeah.
the pulse or the control of the company. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or is he just, sitting back, letting them run it and then chiming in every now and again? Have they already sunset him? Go sit in your little small ass house that you got, even though you're worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Dude lives in like a relatively small house with like armed guards with Uzis and stuff around it.
Yeah, absolutely. But there we go, guys. There we are for today. Is today? Yeah, today is Monday. Jeez. Because I was gonna say
all day, bro. All day.
Jeez. I've been up since like forever. And tomorrow is gonna be an even longer day. But I'm gonna make sure to get that video out. Very excited about it. Everybody check it out. It's gonna be a blast. Share it with your friends. And I think that I'm gonna start going back to old videos or interviews that we've done already, and I'm gonna start doing the whole thing on Twitter. Do you think that that's a bad idea? If I go to like the first one,
whole video,
the old ones, yeah, any of the old interviews, putting them on Twitter.
Like I don't think it's a bad idea. I would space them out, but I don't think it's a bad idea. They're not.
Yeah.
None of them are on Twitter, huh?
Yeah, no, none of the whole videos.
He's not in Colombia anymore, Third Patriot.
Was there time changing? So I'm not in Colombia, but in Honduras, they don't believe in that. It's stupid.
I think it's only an American thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they don't believe in that. They're like, what do you mean?
Boom.
What do you mean?
I just flash closed my XRP long for a nice little 18%.
Nice.
And that SWE one, the one we just looked at for SWE, is playing out. I'm just saying.
Love it. Sometimes you got to do your own thing.
There it is. We got the cross, retest, and boom. Well, that's so weird. There we go. So, all right.
Oh, dude. I just looked at that. Shout out to Fozzie. Gosh, Fozzie, when are you going to come on the show? I have some interesting tea related to that that I'm going to share here with Desert. But if Fozzie were here, I would share it with him too. So, Fozzie, you pick a date and time. We'll have you on sometime. But without further ado, we'll cancel this out. And I'm going to share this tea with Desert. He's going to love it.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Y'all
Peace
have
out,
a good
everybody.
night. Remember, smash that like button, notification bell, all that good stuff. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily events nightly.
Yes.